Hey guys, Ashley here. Not feeling too hot, but I promised y'all a graphics tutorial for phones. So here it is. Stay tuned. This is going to be on iPhones because that is what I use. And I have done research and have seen that some of these apps that I use are also comparable to use on Android. So I would still recommend that you watch because I'm sure the apps are used in a similar way, just on a different type of phone. So go ahead and take a look, see what you can learn, and if you need any help, questions, comment below, and I'm happy to see what I can do. Enjoy!
Okay, guys and gals, here we go. This is my graphics phone tutorial. Um, First off, let me start off by saying all of my graphic apps that I use are free. I do not pay a cent for them. So let's start off. First of all, I highly recommend that you create an album strictly for your Posh stuff. I have one called Backgrounds, and I have pre-saved logos and backgrounds on it already, so I don't have to search for them every time I come here. So how do you save a logo? Simple. I go to Safari, and what I'm going to do is, I'll show you. I Google perfectly posh PNG logos, and I go to the logo that I want. See how it has those little squares in the background? That means it is a PNG and it has no background on it already. So all you simply do is hold your finger on the logo and then save the image. Come back to your photos, and boom, it's already saved to your camera roll. Ta-da! So what I do is select the item I want, add to, and I'm going to add it to my backgrounds album. So now it's automatically already going to be in my backgrounds album. So see right there, ta-da. Okay, excuse me. So that's super simple. How do you get the background colors? Simple as well. What I use is an app called A Beautiful Mess. I'm sure there are plenty other ways to do this, but this is just the way that I do it. So A Beautiful Mess is right here with the little heart. Going to click on Solo, Color, and as you can see down here, a bunch of colors pop up. So I already have black, white, and pink. Those are the ones I use most often. So let's do yellow. A little yellow background pops up, and that's what I want. So I click check. And you can actually add text and stuff, but I don't use that for this. I'm just going to click done. Yes, and it automatically saves it to my camera roll. So if you come back to your photo album, boom, it's in my camera roll. So I'll do the same thing. Select yellow, add to my backgrounds. So here it is again. Bam, right there. Super simple. Okay, so how do I incorporate these things into my backgrounds? Easy peasy. PixPlay is my main app that I use on my phone for creating graphics. You can add text, you can add images, you can edit these things and make them look how you would like, and it's pretty simple. So I'm going to go to PixPlay, go to my albums, and first I'm going to do is select a background color. So let's go with pink. Pink background comes up, and then you see these little icons at the bottom. This one right here with the A with the star is going to be the one you use most often. More icons come up. This is where you add text. This is how you add a sticker. You can paint on it, and this right here is the number uno most important one that I use. This is going to be how you posh everything you own. All you do is clip out the logo and add it to your picture. So I go to my backgrounds. So let's do a black logo. There it is. And then down here you have the selections of how you want to clip it, how you want it to look. So since it's a circle, I do a circle, super easy, and you're going to use your pinching fingers and simply make it larger and center it. And then when you're finished doing that, just click the little check mark and poof, it's on your image. So see right here, click the image, and then that little arrow comes up, and I can make it bigger, smaller, spin it around, however I want it to look. And then I just put it in the corner or wherever you want to put it in your picture. So it's how I want it. So all I do is click the little check mark, and bam, it's saved. Next, what I want to do is add some text. So I go back to the A. A is for text as well, and I'm going to put my top four faves. So that's the text I want to use. And then I'm going to go here, and I can change my font. There are tons and tons of free fonts in this app. One reason why I love it so much. Let's go to this one. So then I can move on down the line, and I can select the color that I want. change it different colors. You can also change it here. I'm going to stick with white since this is a pink background. And then you're going to go on down the line again. You're going to pick a shadow color. Let's go with black. And here you can change the amount of shadow you want. So I like mine to pop, so I do mine a little darker. And then you can also do an outline of the image. You can pick a color and pick how much. Let's do pink. See how it made it a little pink? And then you can pick how much of that you want on there. You can make it a whole lot, not a whole lot, however you want it. Just depends on your preference for that. Excuse me. So when it looks how you want it to look, all you do is click the little check mark, and it's going to be the same thing as the other. With the little arrow, you can spin it around, make it bigger, smaller, tilt it, however you like it. So when I have it how I like it, I place it where I want it. And easy peasy. Okay, so if, say you misspelled something, or if you want to change the font, while you're in this edit format, all you do is double click on it, and it'll bring you back to the format to where you can change the font, change your settings on it, whatever. Now once you're out of this, once you click this check mark right here, you can't go back and edit it. You'll have to actually delete it. See how they have little arrows up here? You can go back and take that away, or you can re-add it. But if you undo it, you're going to have to come back to the text and retype in what you want to type. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to get graphics in here. There are a couple different ways. Let me show you how to do a simple one real quick. So since I have one saved already. Oh, I don't. I lied. Okay, so let me show you how I get my graphics. I simply pull them from the Perfectly Posh page. That's all I do. I have them saved. I have the website saved, so it automatically saves in there. But what I do is I take screenshots of the images. So I make it to the size that I want it. And then simply hold this button on the side and this button, and I do them at the same time. So now it took a picture of it. So I'm going to go to my photos just to show you that it's in my camera roll now. See, it's right there. Okay, so how do I get that image onto my graphics? There's a couple different ways to do it. For images that aren't perfectly circle or perfectly squared, which we don't really have a whole lot of them, I use this app right here called Back Eraser. So it pulls up, and I'm going to click New Photo, Photo Album, and I'm going to pull the healer photo from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can make sure that I get it how I want it. And see this blue thing right here? It's going to erase the background on the healer stick. And you have to try to be careful to do it as best as possible because you want to get all the graphic on there and try your best to stay in the line so it looks professional. Oh, see, I messed up a little bit. So you just back and it'll erase what you did. Now I can zoom in and I can change the width of this to make sure that I'm doing it as best I can. I'm going to erase all this. And see those little squares again? That's what's taking the background away. It's making the background go bye-bye. Sorry, this is a little time consuming. I'm trying to do as fast as possible, so it's not going to be perfect. Definitely take your time when you're doing this part. Mine's not going to be as perfect as I would like it to be, but I'm just giving you an idea of how to do it. Okay, so if you see down here, I can make it smaller. Get in the nitty-gritty right here to get all the little tiny pieces out of it that I don't want. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to save it as a PNG. I should be able to come back to my photo album and it should be saved in there. So let's see. You can see how the edges are not really done correctly just because I kind of rushed and did it, but you get the idea of how you do that. So let's do a different one. I'm going to just pull a simple one to show you. So let's say I want to do a Skin Delicious. I go to Skin Delicious. And let's do mango. I select the one that I want. I go to the image that I want. And then I'm going to zoom in as close as I can to make it good. And same here. Finger here, finger here. And I'm going to take a screenshot of it. Now I go back to my PixPlay. And I select this. I'm going to do the circle, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the logo. I make it as big as possible, and then I'm going to make sure that all the white is gone to center it. That looks good, so I save it, and then poof, there it is. Same thing, little arrow, mix, big, little. And then I can add, I'm done with it, so I click the little check mark, add some text. Change the font. I can make it small. And there we go. Excuse me. So this is just to give you a gist. So let's save this now. And then I'm going to show you how I'll make a graphic first, and then if I want to add an arrow or any cute little graphic, I go here, select the photo that I want to put stuff on, and then I'm going to go, this is the A Beautiful Mess app, sorry. I go to Doodles, they have a lot of cute doodles on here, smiley faces, diamonds, but I want to use an arrow. So the arrow comes up, I can pick what color I want the arrow to be. And then I just pinch it to make it smaller. And you can move it around to change how you want the format to look. This changes how transparent it is. I don't want it to be transparent. So then I can add a little heart or any of these other little things. This is just one that I use often. And same thing here, I can change the color, change the size. Same here, transparency. Am I done editing? Yes. So now it automatically saved to my camera roll. So here you have it. Ta-da! Okay, super simple, super easy. Again, these are the main apps I use. PixPlay, A Beautiful Mess, Back Eraser. PicFrame is what you're going to use. I'm sure they have plenty other apps, but if you want to add like 4 or 5 images in one, it's going to be easy to just pull it from there and add whatever you want on there. I mean, it really just depends on what you're looking for. And then you can add them all in there to see how they automatically come up. Share is going to be how you save it to your phone. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with apps, free apps at that. You don't have to pay for these things. I use a lot of apps to make different things. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for and what you use. So again, highly recommend Pixplay. A beautiful mess for your backgrounds. Save your logos. Make a folder for them. But other than that, if you have any questions, be sure to comment below, and I'm happy to answer as best I can. I'm not a pro by any means, but just thought this might help some people out in making graphics on their own and how to posh things. So if you have any questions, let me know, and hope you enjoyed and hope it helps out. Thanks, guys.